Yeah, hi everybody. Hope you're all well. I haven't heard from me for a week or so. It's Andrew Kerr from Network Migration Services. Just regarding a little bit of an update. We've been working very hard in the last 10 days just to get our heads around all the new changes coming, which we've known for a while, as you're well aware, that are coming in November. But quite a bit of positive news coming out of New Zealand at the moment, which is good news. I'm posting this tomorrow. I just wanted to read something to you, which just gave you a bit of an understanding as the way we're seeing it happen later this year and in the first quarter of 2022. So since the MIQ bubble has been formed, the managed isolation quarantine has been formed, there's now only 55% of those beds being occupied, which is good news. The Prime Minister has reiterated that border exemptions will continue to expand in line with MIQ space, i.e., clearly letting a lot more people in, or more people in, based on, of course, opportunities, etc., etc. Current work visas remain open for those onshore, of course. In September this year, there are new temporary work visa applications open for employers, in line of the new rules coming in on November the 1st, where, of course, any employer that employs a foreigner must be pre-approved. In November, of course, that's going to happen. New temporary work visas open for employees. Remember, as an employee, i.e. you're applying for the position, you're going to need to only be contacting accredited employers. And in the first quarter of next year, the Treasury assumes that tourism is going to be back in full swing, which is good news. Also, I expect between now and September that we see the borders open for vaccinated people. Clearly, if you're vaccinated, I have been due to my age, etc. But if you're vaccinated, you should be able to travel after then. And more travel corridors are going to emerge after that, with the heavy restrictions placed on red light countries still, of course. And unfortunately, those in red light countries will, be managed a lot stricter when it comes to, of course, travel and entering New Zealand. I'm possibly even thinking that if coming from red light countries, even if you are vaccinated, you're possibly still going to have to quarantine, even if you're allowed in. So the momentum is building. The New Zealand government plans to allow 2,400 more migrant workers into the country as part of expanded border exceptions, with more announcements to follow the bubble, as the bubble with Australia frees up and the MIQ spaces free up as well. The government also announced the new work visa system to start from late November. We've talked about that earlier, and applications opening in on the 1st of November for, of course, under the new rules and regulations for the accredited employer's work visa. Some changes that I mentioned earlier that are going in the right direction with the work visa system potentially opening November. It's really time now to start preparing yourself. I mean, it's already June, guys. November is around the corner. So what are the New Zealand new exemptions? There's 300 specialised construction workers between June and October. They're going to facilitate progress in key infrastructure projects. There are 400 international students going to be arriving in New Zealand, starting in June, which is now, of course, to fulfil spaces available. 300 recognised seasonal workers. And also they're going to be letting in 100 refugees every 6 or so weeks. So in addition, the border exemptions have been renewed for shearers and rural mobile plant machinery operators and essential travellers to and from the Pacific region. The above, of course, allowances, without a doubt, will bring much needed relief to key sectors and will further aid the economic recovery. The news is clearly welcomed. In late September, when the accreditation opens, we expect to see a rush of companies completing the process ahead of a large recruitment drive in November. While we can't say for certain, of course, that temporary workers will go live in November, it's pretty confident that they will, but it's not certain yet. It seems likely with what we know. With all of what I've said to you now, I would strongly suggest that with or without us, Network Migration, you look at the processes and procedures and you start getting organised as of now, June, because November is around the corner, and the more job training and job search and groundwork you do now is clearly going to build a solid foundation when those new rules and regulations come in November. And also, with a bit of luck between now and November, of course, you may obtain an offer yourselves. So stay safe, stay strong. If you want any information at all on this, please don't hesitate to contact me. My email address is andrew@networkmigration.com. And as normal, I wish you all the very, very best. And if we can assist you in any way, we are here to do so. Thanks, everybody. Stay safe. Ciao.